In the past, when wanting to build as much muscle as possible and look wider, I overlooked many things when it came to my back development. Therefore, I ignored some key points when it came to growing my back, one of the biggest muscle groups. Then over the next months and years, I implemented a few changes in how I trained my back, and subsequently I saw a huge increase in progress. I started looking much wider and started growing more defined back muscles, which really started to improve my physique. Watch until the end to see what I changed in my training so that you can achieve the same kind of results and maybe even quicker. The first key thing I changed was how I engaged my back muscles during exercises. With back exercises, it's very easy to accidentally use your momentum to carry you through the lifts, or utilising your other muscles too much. For example, taking too much of the load on your biceps. Doing reps like this are a waste of time and are going to risk you getting injured. What we need to do is ensure that we are isolating the right muscles and using them to pull the weight through. You can ensure you do this by retracting your shoulders before you start your set, and then starting every rep by leaning forwards. And then you pull through the movement as if you're trying to tuck your elbows into your back pockets. And this should help you get a fuller range of motion and use your back muscles. The second thing I changed was what exercises I used on my back workouts. When younger me found out what lats were, I thought the best approach was just to go ham on the lat pull downs and stay on the lat pull down machine all day. Once I started incorporating different lat exercises, as well as some more lower back focused exercises, is really when I started to see all round progression when it came to my back. Some of my favourites were the one hand lat pull down. This really helped me feel the activation of both lats and get a good stretch. The seated row machines, where I do a couple of working sets, 1 or 2 reps away from failure. And I also used the last 2 sets to alternate sides. As well as this, I made sure I used compound exercises to hit my back as well, like pull-ups and dead hangs that I often finish my sessions with. I also started to use the rear delt fly to work my rear shoulder muscles and the top of my back. The third change that I made was one that you could implement very quickly, and slightly changing how you perform the reps. One trick that I found is that on the lat pull downs, if you remove your thumbs and maybe your index finger too, you can feel it working your back muscles much more effectively. Additionally, focusing some sets on slowing the movement down, squeezing your lats, and controlling every rep are going to be much more effective and will result in more muscle growth than just slamming a heavy weight up and downwards, using your body's momentum. Don't fall into the trap that I did very early on and think that the further you go down that weight rack, the more progress you'll make. That's only true when you're doing it with good form and are hitting your muscles sufficiently. Additionally, back in the day, I also wasn't optimizing my diet for muscle growth. Therefore, me changing my diet more towards protein, starting to bulk, and using creatine will have all contributed significantly to my back muscle growth. Another muscle group I had similar success with was triceps, and over time they began to look much more muscular. Watch this video here to see how you can do the same, and hit that subscribe button for more tips.